Okay, with Pippa back, Blackmore, Polite to the Death, Nanny Kills is the screenplay. Really interesting screenplay because it takes you one direction. You think it's going to go in another direction. Nanny, then again, it's Polite to the Death, Nanny Kills is in the title. She is going to kill, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's right. She is a very polite, well-mannered English nanny who comes over from England to help a family in America.
Yeah.
And she realizes that it's actually the children that really need her help. And she trains them and helps them to assassinate quite a few people who do the children wrong.
So it's not what you expect, I guess, right? But it's sort of like, what would you give this? How would you compare this to? Would you compare it to another film or a script or a story?
It's a cross really of Mary Poppins and John Wick.
Mary Poppins meets John Wick. That's what I thought. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
yeah, yeah. Do you want to know where it came out of, the idea, or?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. Okay, so I primarily am an actress. I've been a teacher for years and years and years, and then over COVID thought I can't do teaching anymore. I really want to go back to acting. I've always done a bit of writing. I thought, well, how do I get back into acting? So I went to a retreat. I saw it posted on Facebook in Kentucky. So I flew over there and we all stayed on an old Wild West set and filmed a film called Unnatural. And all the American actors there and crew had never met a real life British person. And they all thought that
Okay.
we spoke like Dick Van Dyke and
Yeah.
Mary Poppins. And I said, well, actually, I love Mary Poppins, the film, love, love, love it. But my acting, I'm actually like the suburban psychopath. So I am very much a love the assassin side. So Nanny Kills came out of that retreat. And I went away and just said, and hence why it's also set in America. And I just said, okay, I've got to write this because the more I was chatting with my American friends, the more ideas were coming round that she was protecting these children and training them.
So the setup is that she's gonna. You think that because we've seen this before, where like we were bringing an outside force to help kind of this this family or this community or this class kind of that needs to be fixed, I guess, right? We need a disciplinarian to get things right.
Yeah,
So she goes, you get, it's very much like Mary Poppins in the sense. She goes to America and she's gonna right the ship of this family. Then she realizes, no, it's not the kids who are bad, it's everybody else who is bad. And so
yeah.
we're gonna and then all of a sudden the action begins, I guess.
Yeah, and then she trains them exactly because, and she gives them lots of chances, these other people in her life, and she realizes that no, she's got to train these children to help to stand up themselves and to get rid of a lot of bad people in their lives. So, it's like that appearance versus reality. Everybody tends to put on this appearance of everything is wonderful, and it's the children that are really suffering. So she gives them that power.
And so and are you right? You said you're an actor by trade. When did you start writing?
Yeah, I've always written, but this was the first screenplay that I've actually written in full. Since then, I've also written a Criminal Minds TV spoof show, which I'm already filming
Like
as
a
well.
spec or a spoof?
A spoof. It's an interesting one because my daughter and I have written it. She's doing creative writing. We've written it, and we play all the parts and do everything. So, and we're halfway through filming that, and I've written about six short scripts as well. So, but Nanny Kills is Polite for Death. Nanny Kills is the one that I really want to get produced and
That's the
made.
one.
Yeah, and I wrote it for with me as
You
Nanny
want to be the
Ivy.
lead, right?
Yeah, because I wrote it because women my age are kind of like just forgotten, or in films, they kind of like seen as the mother in that area or the grandmother and not actually pivotal to the protagonist and to the story. So yeah, I wrote it with a bit of with me in the lead actually because I could see it in my mind as I was writing it. Everything I could see. I'm a very visual person, so I could see everything as I was writing it. And I've started to film Nanny Ivy in different parts as well. So yeah, I'm already thinking about who I'd like cast with me and how to get it produced. That's my next step.
Gotcha. So how's that going so far?
Well, I'm doing it alongside my acting bit. It's going slowly, but I'm hoping that I will find it's whether or not I go all in and create the film, or if I go and find a separate producer and crowdfund, or if I do a proof of concept. That's my dilemma at the moment
Yeah.
as
So
to
what
where
do
to
you,
go.
have you like made a choice yet?
I keep trouble is people I speak to give me different answers.
Yeah.
So I really need to go with my gut. So no, I but this year I want to do something. I would love to just have it filmed. I have got an incredible crew in America, but I don't know whether or not I would be able to then film that over there with me acting because of the rules. So I've got to find equivalent over here, and it might be that I change some of the setting to the UK.
Gotcha.
So
Well,
that's
yeah, but
my
I guess the heart would still work, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that's my sticky bit at the minute. So that's what I'm after. I really want to get this. I feel there's a lot there and I that yeah, that's where I am. I really would like need to find a producer and to actually get this started really.
Gotcha.
So I've got the
So is
pitch
it,
deck, I've done all of that, so
yeah.
it's just
So is the script, do you think of the script is ready to go?
I think so. Again, it can be potentially it could be altered so that it's all in the UK.
Gotcha.
So that would be my only other thing. I mean, obviously, you go back, there's so many different things you can do with the script
Well, yeah,
because
well,
every
you
time
could
you look at
obviously
it.
shoot it all in the UK, just use American or get American accents to kind of
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I, yeah, well, I've got a lot of American acting friends,
Yeah.
and I would want to use a lot of my community that I worked with.
Can you do American accent?
If I practice, then yes, that would, yeah, I don't
Okay.
ask me right now, but if I practiced, then yeah, I would. But obviously, Nanny Ivy is British and would be completely British.
No, I get it. I just was curious
Yeah.
because it's like you could use British actors to play the American roles, I guess, right? So,
Yes. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. So, yeah. So I just need to make that jump and go to the next step all
yeah,
in, whether that's proof of concept or finding a producer that can help with the
yeah.
funds.
So when did you start? When did you get into acting? When did you start acting?
I started when I was about 11, 12,
Okay.
but then after university, fell into teaching, had my family, brought them up, and then during COVID, my daughter and I started a Harry Potter podcast and started doing acting bits and pieces. And I just thought, no, I really want to go back into acting now.
What was the Harry Potter podcast?
That was literally her and I just doing bits and pieces about information about the shows, asking each other questions. What was your favourite? We wrote to all the cast. So yeah, so we were huge Harry Potter fan.
I never watched it. I never seen the movie until
Wow.
recently. I'm in like the beginnings of the third book.
Yeah, no, it's very good. Yeah, it's really, really good. And yeah, so Lord of the Harry Potter podcast. I'm also a massive Criminal Minds fan. So, and my
Which is
dream
an
role would
American
be,
show, which I find interesting.
yeah, my dream role would be to play an unsub, a serial killer on Criminal Minds. And we've written, as I said, we've written our own Criminal Minds stuff, which we're filming to go on YouTube. We're halfway through filming that. So yeah, so I'm always writing. I'm also got on TikTok and Instagram at the moment my own serial killer series. So it's a new serial killer every week, which I write. So I'm always writing and acting and filming constantly. So
So Criminal Minds, was it, has it, did it lose its luster after Mandy Patinkin left?
no, got better.
It got better. Oh, wow. Okay. Why did it
Yeah.
get better?
Um, his character grew on me, whereas Rossi's, Joe Montagna,
Yeah.
is incredible. My favorite seasons are the one with Prentice, JJ, Rossi, Reed, um, Hotch, Garcia, and Morgan.
Yeah.
Those
I,
those ones are my key ones. But the things of Criminal Minds, it's like my what I wrote with the script. It's there's a lot of humor. It's a dark humor.
yeah.
There's a lot of one-liners. And you
The
think,
show's
wow,
just going, going and going, isn't it?
it's brilliant. It's so expertly written and cast and produced. It is just, yeah, it's just fantastic. And Dexter's another one. Very, very great concept. And you feel empathy for Dexter.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you do, but basically, I want to get to that because you have it on your Instagram that you basically you do an interview with yourself, I guess, on your
Yeah,
Instagram about why you want to be cast at Dexter or why you should be cast at Dexter, right?
yeah, yeah.
And so, what do you want? Do you want to be the one of the person he kills, the person he kills?
Yeah, it would be like with Criminal Minds, it would be like the unsub the serial killer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
because
going up against Dexter and I get away.
it seems like the creator of the show is like Dexter needs to lose, right? He needs to lose in the end, right?
I
So I'm
don't
gonna get
think he ever
fanboy on this.
will
I'm gonna do
do.
my fanboy take on this. So
Yeah,
creator of the show is like he needs to lose in the end, right? So
yeah,
they do the bad ending, right? We can argue it's the bad ending to the series, and then they're gonna redo it. They're gonna redo kind of like a it's a standalone season, right? He dies. His son kill. Spoiler alert: his son kills him. Perfect ending,
yeah.
right? And then they're like, "Oh, we can make more money." I'm editorializing, right? But basically, oh, we can make more money. Well, let's pretend he didn't get killed, and then like we'll go to New York. But it seems like they
But
ended it so brilliantly. Why do they have to do the keep going?
um I hear you, but that was the weakest season. The one
What,
where
the
he
last
went.
one?
No, the recent one was the best. The one where he died.
Yeah, that was great. Was it? You didn't like that?
No, because there weren't enough
Oh,
killings. It was too slow.
oh man. Okay.
Whereas the recent ones when
Because
he's in New York,
he's like a recovering addict. As if anybody who's a recovering addict, he's going through the
yeah,
process. He's going through
agreed.
and you don't want him to kill, right? But I think that people like I guess it's on. I guess for somebody who's like on my side, where like I've gone through that, where it's like I don't want him to kill. I know, but then I guess some
Yeah.
people do, right? They
I like I like quite fast-paced stuff. So Criminal Minds is very fast-paced and a lot
yeah.
happens and there are a lot of different types of characters. With Dexter, I feel that the most recent season with Peter Dinklage and etc. It was very fast-paced
Okay,
and there were a
gotcha.
lot of interesting different characters. And I loved how Harrison was then given the is he like his father? Is he not like his father? This torn, I just thought it was better written this
Yeah.
season.
But I thought they sold itself out because Harrison needs to get away from this guy, and
Yeah,
like right.
yeah. And he's trying that, and everybody's still saying, well, what's happening to his half brother and sister? Where are they? Are they going to suddenly make an appearance?
Yeah, are they
Cody and Asher, are they going to
Cody
suddenly
and
come?
Asher? Yeah,
Yeah. So I just find the writing of
and
this season in
is Tanner
particular,
really dead? Right? Is she
yeah.
really dead?
exactly. And same with Criminal Minds. I just
Yeah,
find the writing, I mean, I wish that they'd kept reading it for the
yeah,
evolution.
yeah.
I just find it very, very, very tight and very, yeah, it's really, really, really well done.
It's so funny because it's like there's that misconception, that stereotype where British, like people in the show business, especially British, they don't like American television because you guys do like 13 episodes and then you're done. No more episodes. We're done, right? Like it's like
Yeah.
we told our story. Where how many Criminal Minds is like what in the 300s now?
Yeah, I mean they started out being like 20, 22 a season, whereas
Yeah,
now I think they're only about 10.
yeah,
But and I find, I grew up watching a lot of British shows,
yeah,
but I just find them too slow now. I just need that, there are a few that I do, like I like Line of Duty. Yeah, there are a few that I do really like, but I just like the fast pace. We watch FBI, we watch Chicago PD, The Rookie.
yeah. Oh,
Um,
so you're like I thought that that was British people wouldn't watch that stuff, but I guess it's not everybody.
I think we're quite unique.
That's the
Not many
stereotype,
people,
right?
yeah, exactly. Not many people know of, like, The Rookie
Yeah,
is just because of the writing and the acting.
yeah.
They cast that show incredibly well, and the writing is brilliant.
It's almost like those are the last. That's the last days of network television, though. Those shows are almost at that. They're the last ever shows
Yeah, yeah,
because network television obviously is dying, right? So
yeah, yeah,
like pushing out 26 episodes a year,
yeah.
right? That's not you don't do that anymore.
No, no, but it's like 10. And
Yeah,
then you don't know if you're going to be renewed. It's like they kept FBI but cancelled International and Most Wanted, which
yeah,
I think Most Wanted was the best.
yeah. That's so funny. But yeah. So, anyways, I went on my Dexter thing
Yeah.
because I thought that that season with the outside and the cold, it just there were such great
No.
metaphors for what who he was, and he was such a
Agreed.
bad father. He was the worst father ever. The
Yeah,
worst. Yeah,
agreed, agreed, agreed. And it was great metaphors.
yeah,
But when you
yeah,
then think of, yeah, but I'm so pleased that they brought it back and that it's snappy.
yeah.
This season is brilliant.
But at the same time, what I'm trying to say is that because I think they're showing the show. It's almost like a gangster film where they're showing the film like this is not good. Don't get into this world. Don't be that
Yeah.
guy. But then it's like people are like, yeah, he's awesome. I like the way he thinks. I like the way he kills
I
the bad
think
guys. Right?
Yeah, well, it's a bit like where mine with the Nanny Ivy. It's a vigilante, and like Equalizer's another one which with the TV show where
Yeah,
she is, although she doesn't really kill them, but she goes after these people, or like Green Arrow is another example. So you're rooting for them
yeah,
because Nanny Ivy, she is, these people in those kids' lives are vile.
yeah,
And so, you want to have some empathy that actually she's helping these children.
yeah.
So it is a fine line, it's a tricky, but yeah, you do feel like with Dexter, that you are rooting for him a bit just because these other people aren't really very nice. And same with Nanny Ivy. It's why I write that sort of
Gotcha. Yeah, because that's what I'm getting. You're kind of in that kind of realm, I guess, right? There's a certain
yeah.
revenge where I'm going to take the law by my hands and like because I know best what's best for society. These people need to go away, right? So
Yeah, and she has a code, and if they
yeah,
break that code, then
yeah.
yeah. And then she trains the children and takes them back home to the academy.
So you want to in the script, it's written that you want us to root for her, right? You want her to
Yeah,
be that.
yeah,
So there is that kind of like, because you said, because you brought Dexter, and it's like it's in your Instagram. Like, yeah, it's very similar to that, I guess, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So, but it's the bad person doing being like not as bad as the other people, I guess, right?
yeah, exactly. She in her mind,
Yeah,
she is doing what is morally justified.
yeah. And that's the gray area, right? They that's
Yeah,
sort of the attempt in The Sopranos as well, right? Where like
yeah,
he's obviously they're all bad people, but then at the same time, this is the world that they live in. and
Yeah,
capitalism is worse than these guys, right? So
yeah. And the backstory of Nanny Ivy is that she grew up in an orphanage and was trained from a very young age as an assassin, and there are hundreds of these.
yeah,
And it's that you and I would never do it,
yeah,
but to them, to these characters,
yeah.
they justify it. It seems the normal thing to do.
So for a country that doesn't have many murders and doesn't have and gun control is in really good state, they do have a lot of assassins. They do make a movies, but a lot of assassins, the English, don't
Yes.
they?
Yes, we do make a lot of movies about assassins, and we have a lot of knife problems
But why
over
is that?
here.
Well, what's the fascination with assassins?
Don't know really. I guess, yeah, I don't know. I guess probably just very strong writers.
Okay,
And, and I'm thinking like Killing Eve with Jodie Comer,
yeah.
who is amazing, absolutely incredible in that, especially female assassins, which aren't obviously that common.
Mhm.
I think there's a fascination there with that.
Yeah. But you got Guy Ritchie who always makes these movies, right?
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. I suppose I just thought as well, like, it's just nice to see a woman, a
It is.
female,
I like
especially like
this.
of my age.
Yeah,
I say
it's
my
great.
age, I'm not, but to write about that and to then have the main character
Yeah, no, it's a great
as that.
idea. It really is. It's a great idea. It's like it's out of type. It's like, sorry, I totally froze on it. But what's the Colin Firth is the guy in the designer suits, and he's an assassin.
Yeah, that is the secret. Yeah, will
I'll
that
get
will
it in a
cut. Yeah.
second, but you know what I'm talking about. That's another English
Oh,
assassin
Kingsman.
movie,
Was
right?
that the Kingsman?
The Kingsman, yeah. So the
Kingsman. Yeah.
other another, but it's off type, right? So let's get
Yeah.
these distinguished kind of blue, white collar, kind of uppity guys in designer suits, and they're going to be killers, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a yeah.
And that's sort of like yours, right? Let's get this, like this nanny, right?
This perfectly turned out, polite,
Yeah.
very, very, very yeah, as I said, very perfectly, very woman who knows how to talk, how to needs, cup of tea
Yeah.
out of bone china mugs, needs all of that, lives by a code, and you expect one thing, appearances are deceptive. She
Mhm.
is immaculately turned out, but actually, when it comes to it, she then uses her politeness as a weapon. So,
Love it. Yeah. Well, I
uh,
think you're on your way. And
thank you.
I wish you the ultimate best of success. I think this is a fantastic idea for a script. And you want to be the actor, right? You want to act in
Yeah,
it. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
So go for it.
yeah. Perfect. Thank you very much, Matthew.
Thank you. And let's talk again when the proof of concept is made. I think that's where you're going. So I'm making a
You think
prediction.
that's where I'm going? Okay, no, that's good. We'll do that then.
don't, don't just take my advice, but yeah, it's a great way to
I
do it.
know, but I've got to jump and do something.
But the argument for it is that it's there forever. No matter what happens, the film is there forever, right? And
Yeah,
plus, you get to explore the character, explore the film, its tone, while you're making this proof of concept. So you get this artistic discovery that's happening as well,
that's
right?
a good idea. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yep. No.
All right, go for
Excellent.
it. I appreciate your
Thank you
time.
very much.
Thank
And
you.
you. Thank you.